Snowfall, episode 10, the season finale.
Hey, yeah, hey, baby, come fuck with a G. Won't give a F like we. No, I said he get to the cheese, but I don't like rice. Keep away, please. Thinking I'm blessed, make a way for the sneeze. Young ass nigga, but I say I'm OG, but I keep it low key. I ain't all up in the mix. We can niggas see sweet, ain't this? I ain't pay for no switch. Backwoods, put a couple G's and I twist. Chevy on go, but I'm playing on Tesla. I ain't slowing down, you better catch up. We just had to do it.
Where to start? That was a pretty action-packed season
They
finale.
ended it off right. They ended it off perfectly. Like,
I hear a lot of people saying they didn't like it and they thought it was like real slow and not a lot of action happened. I'm like, they gave you essentially 3 season finales with the last 3 episodes.
The last 3 episodes was full of bloodshed. The last 2 episodes was full of bloodshed. Like, what more do you want? Like, we're not gonna end it off with everybody getting smoked again. We gotta leave some type of cliffhanger, something to the excitement. Like,
I will say though, I think the whole saga with Skully was kind of I don't think it really needed to be in there, because it's like, all right, so he tried the part where he was trying to get Franklin. I understand that, right? You had already lost your daughter, now you lost your girl. He crazy, he been doing his LSD in his ear.
I told y'all he was gonna come back.
So you did.
You called that. So he pop out and he tried to go shoot a shot at Franklin. And then he gets shot, right? So like, why let that nigga survive all day, make it all the way to the hospital, into her room with a gun? How the fuck does that even happen? Even in the 80s, how you getting all the way up through the hospital with the gun? But only to pass out right there in front of the bed.
It was a reach. It was
very over dramatic. It was like, okay.
The whole standoff.
Yeah, it didn't ruin anything for me. I just thought it was a little much. Just a tad bit.
Definitely thought
a little heavy.
Somebody was going to get shot in that situation.
You know what I mean?
Everybody had to get involved. Like, yeah, somebody should have got shot.
If you're really going to shoot somebody, I'm probably not about to sit here for a minute and a half and listen to your argument. I'm probably not.
You're not about to bid me out of this fade.
I'm literally dying right now. I spent the last hour or so of my life getting here. So somebody's getting shot.
Somebody got to die. Somebody's going to get shot. Somebody got to die.
Even if somehow Skully dies in that situation, somebody's got to die.
Yeah, because they didn't make it clear either. Like, they didn't say, like, he died. They just said Louis talked him down. So is he still alive? Like, what the hell?
No, he's still alive, because I guess
they made a deal with him.
And that's one of the,
It's one of the
so he's going to deal with them, and that's why they...
and then that I was about to say, that somehow convinces them that they can do things on their own. Niggas are so funny, man. Niggas are so funny. Louis in the first 2 episodes of this season was talking about how dumb Leon was, and they had to cut Leon loose because he just wouldn't stay at his place and do what he needed to do. He had to buck. And now, here you are doing the same shit. Same shit. This nigga Franklin, as asshole as he has become, as asshole as Franklin has become, has literally gotten these niggas out of every bit of trouble they have ever been on, whether he brought it on them or they brought it on themselves.
Facts, though.
Everything. Lee beating the charge. Right, Louis, who got you to the fucking club in the first place? Who helped you out when you had all that bullshit going on with the former owner of that club?
Right.
You got to think at some point it's Jerome's doing, because he was the one that was most upset that everybody was lying to him.
Jerome's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Jerome's an idiot. Unc is stupid, y'all.
Like, he was in the dark, but he don't be thinking clear. He don't be thinking clear at all.
I love Unc, but Unc would be dead right now if it wasn't for Franklin.
Facts.
He would be dead right now if it wasn't for Franklin.
Yeah, he irrational.
So like, why on God's green earth would you ever let fucking Jerome? It's a mixture of greed. They've gotten used to the money. They've gotten used to the lifestyle, right? They want their own. And it's a mixture of, I feel like, not seeing ahead. They're not looking off. Yeah, y'all can make better profits doing this shit on your own. And then you feel like you paying some sort of respect from buying from Franklin. But in the long run, Franklin provides a umbrella of safety, of protection that you're not going to get anywhere else from anyone else. Franklin, he offers a blanket of protection. I know it's hard to say that to Louis because she got fucking shot. But at the same time, he's providing you a level of clout that you're not going to get. What do you think the niggas in Little Rock is going to do when you start bossing up in their backyard? What do you think is about to happen? And do not come knocking on my door asking for soldiers, asking for help. Deal with your own shit.
And actually, Louis got shot because of Jerome.
So you got shot and you gonna blame me? You gonna bounce on me? Cool. And Lee is even worse than they are. Lee even worse.
He fixed his lips to try and things like,
my nigga.
Nah.
Do you know how many times you would have been dead? Man, boy. Khadijah.
Skully.
The charge, the murder beat.
Fatback's cousin. Like, come on.
Is he so wrong for wanting to get out after all that though? Like after all that shit, is he so wrong for wanting to get out of?
He's not wrong, but he's not right. He's not right either. Like,
I understand you got is weighing on your conscience, but my nigga, you got a debt. You have a debt to pay. Do not sit up here and talk to me about, yeah, man, you know, while we talking about it, I'm kind of on with Louis and Jerome on. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Because you could have told me you was on that shit and we could have sat your ass down a long time ago. Remember I said you was too important to stay out here? You wasn't talking that, oh yeah, I'm trying to get out shit then when I was saying that, because it would have made it so much easier for you to just let you take that charge. Fatback wouldn't have had to die. He literally wouldn't have had to turn himself in, which then led him from getting picked up by Khadijah, an old girl, and getting stabbed to death. None of that would have happened if you would have told me you wanted to get out then. You waited until now, until I got everybody's ass out of trouble to tell me you want to cut? No.
Yeah, nah.
No.
Over my dead body, bucko.
It's gonna lead to some sort of resentment, though.
That's fine.
They clearly already resent him because they're making decisions that aren't best for them financially going forward. They're willing to take the risk of not working with Franklin to be on their own. So they're already jaded in their viewpoint. There's already resentment there, which I guess, honestly, and I hate to fucking say it, but Reed is right when he's saying that you really cannot trust any of them, because the higher y'all go, the more power that y'all see, the more money y'all bring in,
back down. Damn.
The more they're going to want. The more that you provide, the more that you're able to gain, the more that they're going to want for themselves, whether that's a life of their own, whether that's part of the business, whether that is, whatever it is. In all three of these people's cases, they want more as he gets more.
Yeah, that's true.
And
speaking of Reed,
speaking of Reed,
so he let Alton and Sissy go down to Cuba.
Oh, but did he?
Sissy jumping in the middle of that just seemed kind of ridiculous.
She shouldn't have had to. Yeah, she shouldn't have had to, because Franklin should have put a hole in the back of Reed's head. How he came to the conclusion that he should shoot his father before shooting Reed
is nuts.
I will never understand it. Honestly, I don't get. Well, okay, he's scared of the CIA. That's why he's scared of the CIA. Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, you know where he's getting this shit from. You know how he's getting it across the border. You have the person who can be a work between you and the actual suppliers. I don't see how he's not formulating this plan already. I don't see how he's not putting these pieces together already. Like, okay, how can I possibly get out from underneath Reed and the U.S. government? How can I do this?
But wait, where the fuck is Javi at?
I don't know.
Is he like no longer important to the storyline? Because he was working with Reed. He was working with Reed.
Yeah, but you remember that whole shit happened with that money when they were down there at the bank.
He stole from him.
Well, whatever. Yeah. And then they showed up. He had tied up the banker.
And
was about to
him.
torture that nigga. Yeah, torture that nigga. Yeah, no, Franklin should have shut the fuck out of Reed. And I don't know why he's not. He talked to Reed about when to possibly get out. And ever since that conversation, Reed has been strengthening his grip around Franklin, right? Trying to reassert his dominance or reassert his position at every turn. And so at some point, the wheels have to start turning on Franklin like, man, I can't trust this guy. I can't trust him. When the chips are down, he's always going to use force, even on me. And that's not a partnership. That's an employer-employee. That's a subordinate kind of relationship. So I don't understand why he didn't take that opportunity to move Reed out the way. I would have. But then especially if the choice is kill my dad or kill the fucking CIA agent.
But then where does Franklin go after that? Like what?
You go to Oso, you say, listen, you got a job to do. I have a job to do. Did you really give a fuck about Reed all that much anyways?
But Oso is also his subordinate, so...
Yeah. Oso is Reed's subordinate, right?
Yeah.
So if Reed is no longer then he can now be a partner with Franklin, right? He no longer has to work for someone. He can work with someone. And devoid of the U.S. government.
Protection ain't the same, though, when this nigga get involved into shit. Once you get caught, that's it. You get Reed could bail you out.
You absolutely right. But let me ask you a question. What's better? Having the CIA holding you hostage, essentially, got you by the neck, right? Or owning your own business all the way through from production to distribution, all the way through, even if that means being at odds with the government. I would say, because that's more of an Escobar structure, right? I got it from chopping down from production all the way through to selling the shit on the streets in Miami. That's cartel level shit.
Yeah.
Why do I continue to have this? Yeah. Why do I need to take all this pressure from you and be a subordinate when I can take the whole thing over myself? At that point, I'm big enough to combat the U.S. government because I control the entire trade. That's why they went at Escobar so heavy, because they didn't have no piece. They didn't have a piece of the pie. So they had to move him out of there because he owned the whole fucking thing. So why not? Why not? Because they're already pressuring you, threatening you with death now as you're working for them. So what's the benefit? Why do I need to keep taking shit from Reed? Y'all see what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
You see what working with Reed gets you? So how is it beneficial then long term for you to stay with him?
Franklin went and visited Mel and then dropped his cane.
And the chiropractor.
Perfectly. Like, oh, nigga, you ain't limping no more, huh? Oh, okay.
He was like, hey, Mel, I can walk now.
Yeah, man, they're doing a lot of dramatization.
He still hasn't admitted that shit to her.
That he iced Andre? I don't think he's ever going to.
Give her that closure, fam.
And I think because she started this whole saga with the reporter, with Irene, that he don't feel like he owe her that no more, maybe.
True.
Like you doing and saying what you said. After I left you alone, after you shot me, I didn't come after you. I didn't try to do nothing to you. You almost took my life, but I let you live. I let you go. And then after all of that, you started a saga that had to have me send my parents away. I've had my aunt shot. I've had all kind of shit happening behind you starting talking the way you talk. Well, I guess Louie didn't really have anything to do with her.
No, she did. Low-key.
By association. Just rampage around.
Yeah, that happened behind Leon. That happened behind Leon.
So Alton can blame him for that fade for getting gun bucked to the head.
Yeah, but all of this shit came my way behind you telling that story. So why should I now have to give you more than what I've already given you? and you've already spit in the face of what I did give you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's where his mentality is. I guess that's where I would kind of be at with it.
True that.
I don't even know why she really tried Franklin in that regard. Like, my nigga, what are you doing? What are you doing? Keep teaching Sunday school, praising the Lord as long as you can.
You think
for the rest
our Lord
of your
and
days.
Savior. Yeah, you think our Lord and Savior.
Before you come over here and cut your time short while you playing.
Yeah.
The last thing I can remember is also getting that folder with Lucia's information in it.
Yeah, man. Listen, Lucia comes back into the picture. There is absolutely no reason why Franklin needs to still be dealing with the CIA. If she comes back, there's no reason why he'll have to deal with Reed. So while Oso has been the one trying to, the pragmatic chess player that he has been through the first 4 seasons, seems to have no idea maybe he does after he leaves Mel here at the end of this season, but for most of this season seems to have had no idea where the future was going to take him. No idea where he even was directed. Yeah. Like, it didn't seem like he had a future plan for what was going to happen after this. He did all that talking to Reed about, trying to get out. And I guess the real estate stuff kind of went awry. But, like, he never had a plan for leaving Reed if shit went south, which is surprising to me. Because it allowed for all of this fuck shit to go on. Like, there was never a contingency for if Reed went rogue or if he overpressed his hand or if he, he tried to start being unfair in the trade or on the prices.
Especially considering how Reed has been this season.
So erratic the entire time. It never dawned on him to be like, man, I don't think I can deal with this nigga no more. What if I can't deal with him anymore? It's really interesting that he never had that conversation with anyone. And then only now after your father is dead, because Alton is dead, now you thinking? Now your wheels are spinning?
You say that
confidently. Yeah, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Predictions for next season?
Damn. Next season, like I said, man, I think that Franklin's going to come at odds a lot more with everybody, pretty much. Leon and Leon's got his whole crew with the Crips now. So, like,
the neighborhood Crips.
Louis, Jerome, they're going to come at odds with Franklin quite a bit this next season. Lucia's obviously going to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's Sissy, nigga? Sissy got to come back too.
Sissy might be Daddy.
You think they're gonna kill her?
I don't think he killed her.
I said that soon.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
So let's run a scenario, right? Franklin sent his parents off to Havana to live out the rest of their lives. A week later, Reed ends up in Havana. Alton's dead. Is Sissy not calling Franklin immediately? Alton just showed up dead, or Alton disappeared.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly probably what's going to happen.
So he has to kill them both. Because if you don't hear from them for a year, maybe 2 years, maybe there's a reason why they couldn't contact you. They are on the run, right? But if you leave Sissy alive and you kill Alton, Sissy's going to be like, Reed killed Alton. Because who the fuck else could find us here?
Maybe that causes a Franklin versus Reed storyline.
Shouldn't have taken that long. It shouldn't have taken that long, and it shouldn't have taken all of that for that to be a
thing.
That phone call where he was like,
explains the Lucia storyline, her coming into the picture, how you want to see it at least, or how you think it's going to happen.
Yeah, no. I mean, that may be the way it goes. That seems like a good progression. For me, I just would have liked to see Franklin stay true to character and already have his wheels turning towards something like that. The same way he was able to pivot off from Drew when he seen Drew was trying to, when Manboy was trying to put, why the fuck I call that nigga Drew?
Did you call that nigga by his government?
Yeah, I did just call that nigga by his government. Yeah. when he was trying to move himself into Franklin's spot. See how easily he parried Man Boy? You got to look at Reed the same way. You have to. Because you've given him so much respect that you're allowing him to go around you. Do things that you're not paying attention to because you're giving so much deference. Yeah. You're giving him so much deference.
Leeway,
you're giving him a wide berth.
But Franklin had all the resources to do all of that with Man Boy. He knew everything about Man Boy. He don't even know Reed's real name.
Yes, he do. He knew who Teddy McDonald was. Remember, he had that file from Homeboy.
Fine. So then he knows his real name, but he doesn't know that much about him. He doesn't know anything about his family, for example.
Fuck his family. He knows everything he needs to know about Reed's business.
He doesn't know anything about Reed in comparison to what he knows about Reed.
Right. He knew everything he needed to know about Man Boy. Like, he didn't need to know where Man Boy lived or who he was fucking to get to Man Boy. He needed to know what his motivations were and how he reacts to certain things. He knows that about Reed. He knows exactly what his motivation is, and you know exactly how to move Reed. You know what gets him to go, what gets him to react. That's all you needed to know. You know where they're getting the coke from. You know how they're using the money from the coke. You have Oso, who has all the contacts to get the shit over the border. You have everything you need, bro. You got everything you need. And then with Lucia, you have the legitimacy of a cartel family as your backing. So that's where the protection would come from. I'm not saying he had to be like on a hunt for Lucia just like Oso. I'm just saying he should have been asking himself, how do I stop working with Reed a long ass time ago? And and not hey Reed, come to the club so we can talk about my exit strategy. No. Contingency. What the fuck do I do if this shit goes left? It just seemed like he was way too scared of the whole governmental aspect of it, because it's like, you've been working with this nigga for 5 years. You never asked yourself, what if he decides to kill me? How many times this nigga got to tell you that you're replaceable, bro? How many times do we have to say that to you? This is me.
Any other predictions?
Franklin comes out next season in an all cocaine white suit. A birthday party at Louis' club. Yep. But it's gonna be some It's gonna be some animosity. Jerome and Louis gonna be looking from the back, hate. Leon gonna be standing attention because he's his right hand man, him and Peaches.
Yep. And it's gonna be the
Gap
Band
performing.
Snowfall
turns into power. Is that what I'm hearing?
And the Gap Band's gonna be performing outstanding in the club.
He sees Angela at the party.
Yep. Only Angela is T. Ooh, she beat the murder rap.
Yep. She beat the charge, nigga.
Nah, she going to jail, y'all. She going to jail. She is going to jail.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.